Okay, hello everyone. This is Will Liu from Huawei, and I also worked as the vice chair of IPv6 Enhanced Council, and I'm also the board member of the IPv6 Asia Pacific Area Committee. And today I'm very happy to share with you about our thought, especially for the K industry organization's thought about next generation network, how to support the AI era. So if I ask the audience, what's the hottest topic in last year and this year? I guess the answer is the same, AI. So AI actually happened for many years, but the last year since ChatGPT, this new software helped the AI become a new era that really can help every vertical industry to build their own capability to make more efficient for the economy. And I have some big numbers here. So first of all, you can see that the economy leading GDP growth, which means that the digital economy is now faster than the traditional economy in GDP counting. And also for AI, I have a report by McKinsey that in 2027 or 26, there will be like 30 industries that penetration by AI, and also there will be a huge amount of money. You can see this is US dollar 13 trillion that will be contributed by AI in next 5 years. So I will already analyze that most of the leading countries already start their technology and also the strategy towards the AI era. For example, here I listed some big countries. For example, USA, they invested like 100 billion and they analyzed that it will contribute it by like 2% to the GDP growth. And of course, I'm from China, and China invested a large amount of money to build this AI economy and also the industry. And there will be like a supervised like 700 billion RMB. And for Saudi Arabia, for the Middle East area, they also leading, and they actually, I have a one page later to explain how they are thinking about the AI. And for Kazakhstan, I'm happy to see that we also have this established a strategy for AI, and it will be largely contributed to the economy of this country. So like what Zhang Jun from NIDA said, that there will be several K organizations in our area, including ITU, which is already famous. I don't need to explain more. But for WBA, this is a World Broadband Association that cooperating with IPv6 Forum that led by Mr. Latif, and also NIDA, like what Zhang Jun said, that all these organizations will contribute to the network evolution towards AI era. And I remember that like 15 years ago, when I started to work in IETF, so in the middle, it's the technical standards. We designed the migration protocol from IPv4 to IPv6. And like 5 years ago, actually it's 7 years ago, so IETF already started this IPv6 enhanced technology, which means that the new protocols designed based on IPv6 to support the digitalization and also the AI era. And so I will explain some of the K trend in these organizations. First is ITU. So actually, I just came back from Geneva in this July, and in ITU, since last year, they already start a wide analysis and discussion towards the AI trend. So they are thinking, okay, AI coming, and AI means a large data transmission, meaning that we need to collect the data from the human being, from home, and from the vertical industries, and transport them to the data centers, to the AI computing powers, to do the training, and then to do the inference. So in this case, last year, ITU study group 13, which is for the future network, they started this very important standard called IMT 2020 networks and beyond for AI era. Basically, they analyzed several vertical industries towards the AI era. What's their requirement? For example, for the medical or the healthcare area, they will generate a large amount of data and to transport them to the headquarters, to the data centers to train them. And also for the autonomous driving and the radio telescope, all these areas, large data are generated and need to be trained with the main model. So in the end, a lot of key leading players, including operators and the country delegate, they started this work, very useful, that to study and analyze what's the requirement for next 5 years. How can network better support with this AI training and analysis? So then another key industry organization, which named the WBA, which have already grown more than 160 members all over the world, mainly are operators joining, and they also published this called Net5.5G architecture to support AI era. So as we know that for AI, it's more like an end-to-end bandwidth and also the latency requirement. So while you are using AI, which means that first you need to collect all the data with a large bandwidth to transport them to the AI data centers to do the training. And then when the guests or customers to require the AI services, you also want a low latency AI service that can be provided to the end users. So this means that we shall not only consider the transport network, or we call it the operator network, but we need to consider an end-to-end network upgrade by using IPv6 enhanced protocol as the baseline, and also with larger bandwidth, including this 10G campus network, also the 400G and 800G, the converged IP transport network for the operator area, and also not forget the data center, because all the AI power is generated in the data center. So we also need a large data center network bandwidth to support all the AI training data exchange. And I have also some other practices. So first of all, because I'm from China and Shenzhen is one of the pioneer leading city in China for this network infrastructure upgrading. So Shenzhen actually released this high-speed broadband pioneer city action plan since last year and also this year. There are two versions. So they actually adopted the ideas that generated by ITU and WB and also IPv6 Forum, all these organizations that contributed to this strategy, that they want to also in their city, they want to build an end-to-end upgraded enhanced network that can fully support the requirement from the AI. So basically they have this a largely deployed campus network that can generate and collect the data from all these vertical industries, including hospital, including banking, including the education, school, universities. And also they asking the operators to upgrade their operator network, including using fully supported IPv6 and IPv6 enhanced technology that can use this intelligent and the flexibility to support the AI routing. And also they want to expand the bandwidth to fully support the transportation of the big data transportation. And in the data center, they are actually building 2 large data centers to support their city level AI use. And in addition, they also want to share their data center to the other cities close by so that they can help the other cities, the rest of the cities close by to better use the AI. And which also means that they need a strong network to connect with Shenzhen and all the other cities close by. And I also have another example that I also, because I just, this year, I visited several times for Saudi Arabia, one of the big country in the Middle East. They are also thinking about their next 5 or even 10 years. So they call it Vision 2030. So with this Vision 2030, there is a chapter about network infrastructure. And after this Vision 2030 was planned, the government, the telecommunication department also started this analyze and strategy. How can they better build the city level or even the country level network to support the AI? So I remember last year in April, they released this kind of world first like 10G society. What does 10G society means? Remember that I have shared this framework of the end-to-end network. So 10G society, according to their definition, it means that all the access network that users like a mobile phone, that the home broadband access network, and also the enterprise network all upgraded to 10G access. So this is the first part. 10G access means that you have the strong network, large bandwidth to support both the data collection and also the AI service provided to the end user. And second part is about the network, the broadband network, or we call it the operator network. They also want end-to-end upgrade to fully support IPv6, SRv6, all these new technologies, as well as the 400G, the largest, latest bandwidth to support. After all this access data are collected, they need to transport with this operator network to the data centers. And also in their very pioneer strategy, they also mentioned that data centers also need to be enhanced. And just after that, this year, they actually upgraded to another strategy, which is called the computing infrastructure for the national level or even for the Middle East, which means that the Saudi Arabia wants to play as the AI hub for the Middle East, and they will build a national level network to support this, because they already have a lot of data centers. They will use this national network to support these AI data centers to provide the AI service to the national level or even to the Middle East level. And according to their strategy, the computing infrastructure, including 3 parts. One is the computing power. Of course, you know that the GPU that is responsible for the computing. However, and also the storage power to storage all the data. However, the network power is also important, because as analyzed by the consultant company, that the network will influence like 10 or even 20% of the AI power. So they also put this network power in their strategy and wants to build this end-to-end network to facilitate and to support the computing power. So that is all about the organization level and other country level. So here I have some suggestions that for our country that we can think about to also, because now is the digital era, and in future it will be the AI era. As I explained, that AI will play as the key role in the economy, it grow. So I would propose that Kazakhstan also start to think about to build this end-to-end network to strongly support this AI era. So including the formulating that long-term plans. For example, in many countries, they start this 5-year or even 10 years plan. So in your 5 years plan, you may consider this end-to-end network to support the AI era. And also like what the Zhang Jun already said, that the NIDA is developing this standard. And also we have a strong cooperation between the organization that we can share with this standard, the experience, the practices that we can use in this country. And also for the operator side, the carrier network need to be upgraded first of all, because this is the part that the metro and backbone network will be the key part that AI data collected and also AI service provided. And also, as I understand, many countries start to build their own data centers because the latency is one of the key issues. So if you are building the data centers in your own country, which means that the latency will be lower than you are using the data center that located in somewhere else. So I think the data centers and the AI computing power can also be considered in this country that to support the future use. That's all of my presentation. Thank you very much.